Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfurt Eagles, Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
By Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk.
By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
Good evening and welcome to Frankfort, Indiana, where tonight it's the Southmont Mounties taking on the Hot Dogs of Frankfurt. My name is Rick Johnson, joined by the former IUPUI, now IU Indy Cooper, Kristen Hazley. Have you gotten used to the change of your alma mater's name? Just are you still working on that a little
Absolutely
bit?
not. No, I'm still working on it. I will grow to love it and accept it, but it's so weird seeing IU Indy everywhere.
You got the new Jaguars hat on, looking great as always. And tonight we have two first-year head coaches leading their teams, two teams, and a pretty big matchup tonight. You have Frankfurt coming in 2-4-1, Southmont at 3-3. It's a big match here tonight, just through the middle of September, for them to really maybe kickstart things before conference play really kicks into gear.
Absolutely, Rick. You're looking for your team at this point in the season to really start to click. You know, you expect to be a little clunky in the early games, finding that chemistry together, finding, just each other, period. So you'd like to see that starting to come together about now, right before conference play. And as we all know, it's all about peaking at the right time in high school soccer.
For the Mounties, they lost their goalkeeper from a year ago, had a ton of graduation as well, and they have a lot of new faces for first-year head coach Angie Williams. Thankfully, she has her daughter, Molly, who was a second-team all-conference pick a year ago, but one of their captains in Jessica Hale. You can see there at the top of your screen, one of the starters tonight, leading in with 11 points, had 2 goals a couple of matches ago, and she was the team point leader a year ago, 24. Good to have 6 out there trying to adjust to a new coach.
I mean, it's always easy when you've got a solid group of core players returning. That's the name of the game in high school soccer, right? You're going to lose seniors. You're going to lose your leadership. Who's going to step up and replace that spot? And, it's great for a coach to have a daughter. It makes that transition a little easier. But, they've got a great team going tonight, and I'm excited to see how this one works out.
This is the Farmers Bank pregame show. Let's grow, and our players to watch, just like the players to watch tonight specializes in their craft, so do the professionals at Tornado Roofing. For more info, visit tornadoroof.com. And the player to watch, if you're Frankfurt, it's the young lady between the pipes. Clarissa Castaneda, the senior, has stopped 34 shots on the year. And when we talked to first-year head coach Mia Hernandez this week, she said Castaneda has been a really big benefit. You see the goalies there in the neon tonight, but Clarissa, a big help of getting the first-year coach Hernandez with her feet underneath of her.
Absolutely. Coach Hernandez talked to us about her great communication style. As a former keeper myself, I am huge on communication. It's got to be consistent from the coach to the keeper to the defenders. And in that case, Castaneda steps up and has done a phenomenal job with it as the senior. Really has become a leader of this team and, kept them in a lot of games this year. So we're excited to see what she does tonight.
We've seen Frankfurt's offense be very potent. We've also seen them be quiet tonight as you look for them here on the home field going against a Southmont club that's coming off of a 2-1 setback against Danville last Thursday. What do you expect to see out of Frankfurt? First match for them, by the way, since August 31st.
Absolutely. Rick, when we talk to Coach, we expect them to come out in a diamond formation. Kind of interesting. We might see a high back line, which is going to require, again, excellent communication from everyone from the keeper, center back. When you play that diamond formation, you're basically putting all your chips in the midfield, right? You're hoping to control the midfield, spring attacks forward, and stop attacks as they're coming back to you. So that's kind of what we think we're going to see. It'll be interesting to see, what Southmont comes out with and how they counter. So I'm expecting a fun chess match tonight.
You won't see a lot of subs, by the way, as well for either team. A smaller roster for Southmont, and the folks for Frankfurt, their starters, that starting 11, they pretty much play a lot. When we talked with Coach Hernandez, if they have one of those starters pops off, as you see the starting 11 for the Hot Dogs right there, if they come out, it's for a couple of moments, and then they're right back onto the field.
Yeah, Frankfurt has really struggled up to this point, lost a couple players to injuries, right? And again, you're okay losing them at this point in the season. You just want them back at the right time. So it is going to be a challenge, though. It's a bit of a hot evening out tonight. 90 minutes is a long time to play. Not saying I've ever done it on the field, but it is going to be important for them, stay conservative, be smart with their subs. If they need to use them, like you said, it's kind of a quick sub, as Coach said.
Starting lineups are brought to you tonight by our Dente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. And you saw the officials on your screen a little bit earlier talking with the captains. They are brought by Day and Genda Funeral Homes. Our officials tonight, Dennis Cole and Kate Hickner. So you look at Southmont, 3-3. They are 0-1 in road matches this year. Frankfurt, they are 2-4-1. They are 1-3 here at home. They lost in a neutral site match 7-1 to Lapel, but they were coming off of a victory at 7-2 earlier that day against Twin Lakes. Again, we've seen the Hot Dogs score 7 goals once. We've seen them score 1, and we've seen them be shut out a couple of times as well. But those shutouts were at the beginning of the year, so it looks like Frankfurt's starting to find their offensive rhythm here as we get towards the middle of September.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me, Rick. The diamond formation isn't easy to just pick up and play, right? There's a lot of communication and a synchronization between that defense and the offense, and those attacking possibilities might come smaller at the beginning of the season. You're just learning to play it. But as they start to put that together, they're starting to find those springing forwards wide, even some fullbacks getting up wide. So, we've seen that in the last couple games. 7 goals is a lot of goals. So, we expect to see some forward firepower from them tonight.
For Southmont as well, they've come in. They've been outscored 21-11 on the year. They dropped a 2-1 setback, but before that they had won 2 in a row, 2-0 over Covington and 4-2 against North Montgomery. So 2 teams, again, trying to find their rhythm here as we get towards the middle part of September. We're glad you made us part of your Tuesday evening here on the ISC Sports Network and Hot Dog TV. We'll take a break as the starters will be introduced here momentarily. We'll take a break for the national anthem as well. When we come back, it's time for kickoff between Southmont and Frankfurt here on the ISC Sports Network.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head. Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Back here at Frankfurt High School, Rick Johnston and Kristen Hazley here with you tonight. Southmont versus Frankfurt here this evening to take a look at the coaching matchup. One of the youngest head coaches in Indiana is leading the Hot Dogs, and Mia Hernandez, the 2022 Frankfurt graduate, recently celebrated her 21st birthday and was, ironically enough, the teammate of some of the seniors here on her first year running the Hot Dogs ladies soccer program.
Yeah, Rick, it creates an interesting dynamic, but she's done a great job so far of showing maturity, showing leadership, and handling everything that comes along with being a head coach. I love it personally. I went into coaching after college myself for a bit. Anything to get more young women coaches in the game is positive to me. I think we need more of them. I think we need them for women's teams, men's teams, everyone. So I love to see it.
She also served, this is not her first year back at her alma mater, she was the diving coach a year ago, but first time leading a varsity program. Angie Williams, the new first-year head coach for Southmont, she was an assistant a year ago, but she has a very long tenured history with Mountie soccer, coached the various Southmont youth teams, ran the youth league for a while, helped at MC United, and also coached the Southmont girls junior high team for 2 years, including leading to their first ever conference championship during that 2-year run.
Yep, and there's nothing like a familiar coach that's really grown with you. Sometimes those are the best teams. They believe in their coach. They know their coach, and they're comfortable with it. So quite an interesting dynamic here from both teams.
Southmont with the opening kickoff. They're in the white and Frankfurt in the blue here tonight from Frankfurt High School. Glad you made us part of your evening. Castaneda gets her first touch. She's had a lot of saves and a lot of opportunities for saves this year for the Hot Dogs. And we'll see how early, and you see that back line. That's one of the things that head coach Mia Hernandez told us. She likes to push that back line up really close to the midline, as Southmont now has an early attacking opportunity into the 18. A little bit too hard of a second touch there from Kaylin Sandburn, got away from her, but she had a good little run going there through the middle of the box.
Right, like you were saying, Rick, Frankfurt likes to play that high line. Now, we just saw the downside of that. Poor service or poor communication, you're going to be dealing with a one-on-one on that side. So, it's a risk-reward situation, and lucky not to give up a shot on goal there.
And here's the senior, Jessica Hale, first corner of the night. Fought for inside the box, then poked away by Riviera Cervantes. Then out across the end line, and a goal kick here upcoming for the Hot Dogs. Jessica Hale, as you mentioned, senior, leader in points a year ago, first team all-conference, also has a very large height advantage to going to her. One of the taller players, the tallest player on the field here tonight. You can see there's 6 in white right there in the middle of your screen.
Absolutely, and that makes her the perfect target for it, and that's exactly where they're playing her. And you saw her get in there on the corner service as well, but if she were to get into the box, that's definitely who you're looking for the target there.
One of the captains for Frankfurt has the ball at her feet in Rachel Garcia. First touch in the attacking end here for the Hot Dogs. That's out off of a Southmont defender. And a throw-in upcoming here.
Very speedy service by the ball girl.
Moore, one of the other captains, gets it back on that far side from Garcia. Near the top of the box, and then cleared away, and only white jerseys around, and now Southmont presses from the defensive end forward.
Yeah, and a great ball played across by Garcia. That's where she's dangerous, if she can get the ball on the flank and play something across the middle.
Tovar Gihosa, late addition to the starting lineup tonight for Frankfurt, applying pressure here on the near side. A challenge against Jada Graves. And Frankfurt gets the ball back, looking for their first shot tonight. Slightly overrunning it was Morales Cisneros. Orelli, the younger sister, her older sister Mackenzie, sadly out with an injury. It looks might be keeping her out for the entire year, but Orelli stepped in and has a goal and 3 assists this year.
Excellent depth on that team. You know, that's something we talked about in the pregame there, Rick, with Frankfurt having little to no subs. You know, they don't use a lot of them, so is that going to be an issue?
Pushing forward, Vasquez Batista. Defense came in from behind as she tried to find that angle and press forward. Held in nicely here in the attacking end by Frankfurt. Out of bounds off of the Hot Dogs, and it'll be a throw in for Claire Kessler and Southmont.
Yeah, and that's great work there to just put the pressure on the defender, and that's what you're looking for out of your, 2 forwards up top there.
Williams, the coach's youngest daughter, 8 in white. Turnover by Southmont, and now it's Frankfurt pressing forward one of their captains in Mora. Flag is in the air, and it's offside against the Hot Dogs, as Mora was trying to work it to the far side, and Garcia. Those two have tried to team up here a lot in the last couple moments.
Yeah, and obviously, based on points, that is the best route of attack. Sometimes, though, maybe we combine a couple passes and then find each other instead of playing so direct.
Mora raced to the end line. Will she get there before it rolls out? Does not, but it went off of a Southmont defender. And it's the first corner of the night upcoming here for Frankfurt. And Mackenzie Wood, the keeper's got to look into that setting sun, which could make this save opportunity a little bit more difficult than you think just from first blush.
Absolutely first-hand experience there. Going to be a little tricky for Mackenzie, but if she focuses, she'll be all right.
Moore goes to the top of the box. Nobody home. Back up top. Volleyed in. And wide of the box. Ava Michael got her foot on that one.
Typical run of play here in the beginning, Rick. Each team feeling each other out, maybe getting used to the field. I expect to see them come together and this really open up here in the next 15, 20 minutes.
2 subs on for Southmont. Katarina Jennings, that's 4 in white. And Kira Sanchez, 18 in white, both making their first appearances. As Angie Williams goes to the bench here early. As the Mounties try to work it from their defensive end here. Had the early offensive opportunity. Since then, Frankfurt's been living in the attacking end. And that turnover there, kicking out of bounds with Southmont, allows Frankfurt to stay here on the attacking end for a little bit longer.
Absolutely, and it allows their line to stay up high. I mean, you look at them, they're a flat 4 in the back and right at the halfway line. Now they're dropping here, but that's kind of what they want to do. So the more they can possess, the better for Frankfurt.
Violation against the Hot Dogs. Quick throw in there. Here's the German exchange student, Finja Schnurr, senior out of Germany. And it goes right back to Southmont with another throw in here for Graves. Sanchez racing after it for Southmont. Touched out of bounds by Vasquez Rivera.
It's a great throw there by Graves. Young players take note. If no one's open, throw it down the end line.
Volleyed out of the air, tracking and letting it soar out of play is Castaneda. She'll have the goal kick here for Frankfurt. You mentioned throwing it to space. Is that one of the things, particularly with both of these teams, that like to kind of keep their forwards and their attacking mids out there for long periods of time, kind of throw it to space and let them go work and run after it?
Right, like you just saw there with Graves. No one open here in the middle of the field. What's the worst thing that can happen if you throw it down the end line into the opposing team's area? We saw it right there. They'll play it out. You get a throw in 25 yards down the field, right? Best situation, you've got a forward that can run onto that and take it to goal, right? So never a bad option there, especially with the line as high as Frankfurt's playing it, too. Can't be offsides on a throw-in.
And another deep throw-in upcoming here for Southmont, who come in 3-3 on the year. And they're trying to work it into the first-team all-conference pick, Jessica Hale, but it's taken away, and now a good run that gets snuffed out pretty early as Frankfurt's already hit the gas coming up that left side. Good read off the bounce there by Mora, but the ball bounced out of bounds before she could get that touch. It's definitely senior move there from the captain.
Absolutely. They're trying to find more there on that end line, and she almost keeps it in, just a touch wide, but she could have been taking her defender one-on-one there to goal.
Throw-in violation on the far side against Southmont, and so it'll be Frankfurt getting a little bit of help here. So they'll be able to throw it in from just about a couple steps inside midfield. Again, they look for Garcia and rocket it out of there by Hale.
Well done on the offsides trap there. AR is going to call him off, it looks like. So excellent work there by Frankfurt. Kept that flat line, and that's exactly how you want to play it. What you worry about is someone either sleeping on the job, not paying attention, dropping too far back and keeping her on. But luckily, a great work there by Frankfurt.
We talked in our conversation with Mia Hernandez, the Frankfurt head coach. We asked her about keeping that line forward. What's the most important thing? Well, it ties into their biggest skill they've been trying to work on this year, and that's been communication from top to bottom with the entire team. And she said having the senior and Castaneda back there and as the keeper helps that communication out immensely.
Absolutely. Castaneda's on the same page as the center defenders. Center defenders are going to command their line, but it all goes back to the keeper because they're the ones telling you when to step, when to drop, and that all goes back to keeping the ball out of the net.
And it's because she can see the entire field, right? She has the best view of anybody.
I like to say I watched a lot of soccer in all of my goalkeeping years, right? It's an interesting perspective, but it's true. I think it's what makes goalkeepers a little bit more dynamic on the field as far as their vision, right? We've seen it from our perspective behind everyone.
Garcia sent one into the 18, couldn't find a teammate, but before the folks from Southmont could get the ball to midfield, it's Ava Michael stepping in, but now an opportunity from Southmont brewing here. The backup keeper in Katarina Jennings is the one tracking it there, playing the field tonight.
Yep, and Ava Michael there playing that defensive midfielder role, such a key position when you're playing this diamond formation.
To the top of the 18, one touch, deflected and wide. Good read there by Castaneda on the save. The shot was there from Kira Sanchez.
Yep, great work by the keeper to get down quickly, get her body behind the ball. Some grass made a little bobble there, but that's why you try and get your whole body behind the ball.
Sets up a second corner of the night for Southmont. And again, it'll be the tallest player on the field, and Hale to take this one coming into the left of Castaneda. Good pace on it, off the shoulder of a Frankfurt defender. Still not clear just yet. And the one that got the shoulder on it was Muriel Riviera Cervantes, and she kicked it out of there and
Yep.
A little offside there, back and forth.
No, it's very well defended by Frankfurt. We're able to clear, and because their line was together and stepped up so quickly, there was no counterattack when Southmont won it in the middle of the field.
So the free kick here, a couple of shots from both sides, one dangerous opportunity for Southmont, and Castaneda was up to the challenge and turned it away. Seen a lot of play here, Kristen, in between in that middle third of the field. Everybody hypes on the final third, or your defensive third, depending on which way you're looking at it. But we've seen a lot of action here in the middle third here through our first 10 minutes of action.
Yeah, and that's going to be the product kind of that formation that both teams are playing. It is going to be a battle in the midfield. If you can control the midfield, that allows your forwards to make some creative runs, to kind of get open in different spots, but you can't get the ball unless you have the ball in the midfield. So that really is, that's where the battle is going to happen, is who can control possession in the midfield. When you see Frankfurt do it, they get forward. And when you see Southmont do it, they get forward with chances.
Opportunity for Southmont, and now they're sprinting through that defense. It's Claire Kessler running the show for the Mounties. Right-footed shot is in, and Southmont's on the board with Kessler's first goal of the year. It comes with 28:52 left to go here in the half.
Excellent work by Kessler just to keep that at her feet. She had to dribble that about 25 yards before she was able to get a nice shot off. Brilliant effort by Castaneda to come out, close the angle. Kessler just got the shot off a millisecond faster than she was able to get down.
We talked about winning at the midfield, and Southmont does that. They were home free with 3 players behind that Frankfurt defensive line.
Unlucky for the defensive line there. Got the deflection, which is going to allow all those players to get onside then. So, yeah, it really was a 3v1 there for Southmont.
Another opportunity here for Frankfurt trying to push it in. Deflection there by Garcia, able to hold it in. And a nice little move as she tries to work the two-woman game with her and Emily Mora. Garcia to the middle, off a deflection. Mora reads.
Good. You just want to keep it here. Yep.
Laying it back to Michael, and Frankfurt had it for a moment, and they give it away as now it's Katarina Jennings working forward for a little bit, and it's out of play off of whom? It'll be off of Frankfurt for a throw-in upcoming here for Southmont. Mounties trying to win their third match out of their last 4.
Yeah, and we've seen a little. Looks like we got a flick on here. They're going down.
It's Sanchez leading, shooting, and wide. Second shot from her tonight.
Yeah, Rick, you mentioned the little 2v2 combos, 3v3 combos. That's all soccer is, right? little pockets of 2v2 for 3v3. If you can see a couple of those combos and move it down the field, then you can open it up wider. And that's kind of what Southmont's been able to do just a little bit better than Frankfurt in these early stages.
Is that the one thing when people look at soccer for the first time, they see the giant field, they see 22 players out there, but it's really, like you mentioned, it can be a four-person cluster, a 6-player cluster that can really set you free, kind of like what we see here, even though the offside flag goes in the air.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rick. When we are coaching at the youth age, we start with those little 3v3 games. Then we expand to the 4v4 because there's different combos, there's different angles and how you support a player with the ball. And, those are all really important things for players at this age to know too. But then the important thing is always keeping in mind your head's going up and you're looking forward when you can.
And you still see some of those games get played as Frankfurt sends one in. Coming off of her line is Wood, and she'll kick it away. You'll see if you watch any high school warm-ups or some college warm-ups, you'll see some of those 1v1 games as well. Long shot and into the back of the net. Long-range shot for Southmont, and they go up 2-0. Just a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, in fact, following their first tally, and it's their leading scorer on the year, Jessica Hale.
Yeah, you knew she was being dangerous. She's been offsides a few times. Was timed the run great to get on that time. You knew when she got in goal, she probably was going to put something on frame.
Had an assist in the loss last Thursday to Danville. Gets her 5th goal of the year, and it's quickly a 2-0 Mountie lead here as we near the halfway point of half one.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Frankfurt take care of the ball a little more in the midfield, right? I know we've been harping on the midfield a ton tonight, but if they can just possess that a little bit more, maybe work it side to side, they've got a lot of options up top as we see here.
Again, trying to work it to Brittany Vasquez Batista, has a couple of tallies on the year. Vasquez Rivera stops it in midfield, a little dump in coming up the right side. Tovar Gihosa stopping and starting.
Great battle out there on the end line.
Frankfurt trying to keep it in near the attacking and final third here. Good job by Aurelia Morales Cisneros. Keep it in there for the time being, but it pops free, and now it's Jessica Hale out for a early evening jog. Just scored a few moments ago, stepping into the 18, lets it go, and punched away nicely by Castaneda, then she smothers it up.
Yeah, and you're wondering now, what point does Frankfurt maybe drop a little bit? That's been 2 or 3 times they've been burned so far on just not being quite in line, keeping players on side, and it seems like Southmont has already kind of figured out that trap. They've got their timing down.
Taking it away near midfield is Southmont. Into space is Graves, but nobody home in her Mountie white and gray tonight. And so Castaneda will slow it down and then boots it right back into play. Tovar Gihosa tied up with Zuzu Troutwine.
Yeah, well done there. Just pressures the defender. Gives her no choice but to touch it out of bounds.
April Martinez coming in for Frankfurt, along with Reva Douglas, the freshman for Southmont. So an early sub here for the Hot Dogs, their first one of the night. And even though they have a shorter bench in Southmont, it's already their 3rd sub here the first half.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, it's a little toasty for a September evening, so it wouldn't shock me if these girls need a few breathers.
Popped in towards the 18. Onto it, Garcia lets the shot go and wanted to find that far side post, and a good look there from Rachel Garcia.
Brilliant look there. I mean, this is why we love soccer, right? It's been nothing but Southmont so far, but we get one shot on goal. It's a great ball in there, just pops her over the top. Just puts it a little bit wide, but an impressive strike there by Rachel Garcia.
What can that do for Frankfurt? Playing so much defense and seeing 2 goals in the last 5 minutes or so. You get one there, and like you mentioned, the blink of an eye, you had a chance to cut that deficit in half.
Oh, you know you're in it now, right? You've got that chance. You've got that spark. Let's see now. Does that inspire the midfield to step up? Does that inspire the defenders to step up? For me, it always did. Hey, we can do this, right? We can put something on goal. I mean, we're talking about inches off that one before it's a 2-1 game.
You just saw it right there. A big-time save. First one of the night for Mackenzie Wood of Southmont as they had the goal kick, didn't get it away clearly, and Frankfurt was right there to pounce, but now a quick transition to the other end, and here's Hale. Looking to the middle. Wanted to find Sanchez, couldn't get it to her clean, and then Frankfurt skies it. Schnurr trying to get it away from the top of her own box, and it's played back in. Castaneda has to come off the line, and she wisely picks it before it went across the end line and would have resulted in another corner.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy of a clear there, but all's well that ends well.
Hale jumps in front. She and Castaneda are trying to lock horns, and it's Castaneda that slides in and prevents Hale from trying to find tally number 2.
Yeah, Castaneda trying to find her out wide quick and just a little long on the ball, but that's a great idea there. Tovar Garriosa has had some great success going down the line. Why not find her quick when Southmont is up in the attack mode?
Frankfurt using 2, and Morales Cisneros presses it forward. Southmont onto it quickly. It will look to be Sandburn, one of the more experienced defenders out there for the Mounties.
Yeah, well done by Vivian Haltom there. Just goes ahead and shields the defender off and then is able to get her team a throw and going the other way.
Vasquez Rivera dancing with Troutwine. Tight quarters, and it's turned over as Molly Williams intercepts. Nice stop at start move as she has the head of steam coming up the near side. Works it back towards the middle. Michael cuts it off and clears it away. Frankfurt down 2-0. They had a couple good opportunities a few moments ago, but it's right back to the attacking end and offside. A little bit too much of an early head start there for Kira Sanchez.
Yeah, that's, again, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's not great. But that offsides line there, great communication. That's when I think is most effective, is when you're clearing the ball, right? A lot of forwards, no offense, not that they're lazy, but they're not always paying attention to get back behind the line. So if you can step quickly, anything that your midfield loses right there, they can't play it back in without being offsides.
Frankfurt with an opportunity, but offside the call there. The coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. The vision of Healthy Communities is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Special thanks to Healthy Communities of Clinton County for sponsoring our broadcast tonight. Just about halfway home here in the opening 40 minutes. Castaneda well off of her line, and her defense helps her out with that wide open goal, tantalizingly trying to draw Southmont in to try and make it 3-0.
Yeah, it's a brave take out there by Castaneda.
Garcia with an opportunity, sends it in, and Wood knocks it down. Nobody home in blue to try to deflect it home. That's the second time we've seen Garcia try to work things in from that left flank.
Yeah, and it's much better by Frankfurt there. They figured out how to get Garcia in there. Now we just need to get someone in the box there to receive that ball. That's twice a cross has gone in, and unfortunately no one but Southmont there.
Big challenge and a foul called against Frankfurt and April Martinez. And we'll have a free kick upcoming here for the Mounties. Back a little bit farther than where it rested, but a good opportunity off the set piece. It looks like Cameron Pre will be the one to take it for Southmont.
Yeah, I think it's a little far out to put something on frame, at least something powerful. But so they're going to try and go quickly right into the wall, though.
Off the legs of Finja Schnurr, the German
there you go.
exchange student. And now here's Garcia racing up that left side again, trying to be tracked down from behind, plays it on, and nobody home in blue. Pressure came in, though, nicely from the weak side. It looked to be Kaylin Sandburn that was one that was trying to track her down.
Great transition ball there by Frankfurt, able to find it forward and get forward. This is definitely optimistic for both teams here.
Make it Kessler the one that forced Garcia to give it up quick. Ball played in deep. Castaneda clears it away from trouble, held in by Molly Williams. Wants to find Hale, who scored the most recent goal. One step outside the 18, and she puts it home. Off that right side, good effort from Castaneda, but Hale with a brace here in the first half, and it's 3-0 in favor of Southmont.
Yeah, I think you just cannot let Jessica Hale get in a 1v1 situation without thinking she's going to put something on frame. And, another great effort by Castaneda, but her finishes have just been just right out of reach, well placed, able to keep the ball at her foot, shoots the ball when she wants to. It's been an impressive performance from her so far.
And 2 long-range tallies for Jessica Hale. Second time this season that she's tallied 2 goals. Had it 2 matches ago in the win over North Montgomery, where she also led the Mounties to a 4-2 victory that day. Another ball scraped in. Trying to get it in deep was Frankfurt. Good touch there by Vasquez Batista. And it goes off of her foot. It'll be staying here with Southmont. But you like how Vasquez Batista has had to play probably a little more defense than she would have wanted from a forward position, but she's been up to the task here tonight.
Hey, that's okay. You want your first defender to be your forwards. If they can win a ball and they're already in the attacking zone, hey, they beat their defender with 1 touch and they're on goal. So, I think that's very encouraging from them. What you want to see, though, is your second midfielder kind of step up and create that seal. So if you do win the ball, you've got an option to drop, too.
More a good ball there, just a little bit too much on it, as she had a couple of forwards there coming through the middle. Hot Dogs trying to hold it in here with April Martinez. But Hale, who scored the last 2 tallies, sends it in deep, and off to the races goes Reva Douglas up the left side. Splits 2 defenders. Wanted to try from distance. Might have gotten deflected on the way there, and before Sanchez could work it in the rest of the way, it's Castaneda coming out to smother her up.
Yeah, great recovery there by the Hot Dog back line. They were able to get back, get some pressure on the ball before, Southmont was able to get a shot off, which is something we haven't quite yet seen from those one-on-one challenges.
Here come the Hot Dogs looking for their first tally. Morales Cisneros chased down from behind. Good hustle there from the freshman Prebe coming out of nowhere. And every time it looks like Frankfurt's going to have a good scoring opportunity, one of those folks in white comes flashing in out of nowhere and snuffs out that chance.
Yeah, the Southmont has defended very well. What I like about their defensive line is they don't just win it and get rid of it. They look to win it and keep the ball.
Troutwine started it. Williams caught in some traffic here. Schnurr takes it away for Frankfurt, but again, Southmont able to hold it in their attacking half. They're in the white with Frankfurt here in the blue, playing on their home field tonight, down 3-0. And offside.
Yeah, ref signaling there that she went offsides and then came back onside to receive the ball. I still don't understand all the rules, Rick.
Well, you didn't have to worry about it. Your deal was I catch the ball, I stop the ball, I make sure the ball doesn't get behind me, we're good.
Yeah.
And I tell people to be in the right spot.
Right, and then the last part of that is every ball that comes through, I just yell offsides at the
Yes.
ref. Yep.
Yeah. And just be very loud and confident, and it'll be good.
Exactly.
Williams tries her hand from long range and just misses it, curling it with off of her right foot.
Yeah, Castaneda reading that better. She was able to cover that entire post. One thing I would like to see when they play this flat back 4, Castaneda should probably be up just a little bit higher because she can come out and clean up with her feet if that through ball comes through. But right now she's staying a little bit too deep to have the time to get up there. So it's, again, another risk-reward situation. But for me personally, it's just too much space between the back line and the keeper.
A couple of subs come in for both sides. Abigail Garza and Judith Sarabia both come in here for Frankfurt, as Castaneda's got to deal with Jessica Hale once again after the goal kick attempt there from Frankfurt. Goal kick held in off the deflection. Castaneda's got to hustle back, but as she did, it was offside off the initial touch. Nicely done there by Zuzu Troutwine, kneeing it forward and giving her team an opportunity for goal number 4 here in the first half.
Yeah, they're still looking threatening, but you know what? I still feel like the Hot Dogs have a chance in this game. There have been some opportunities. We could easily be a 3-1, 3-2 game, and they make some defensive changes. The second half could be very competitive from what I've seen.
Southmont sends it in deep once again. Sanchez, they should make that Sandburn on top of it quickly. Douglas was there to help. Good pressure from Frankfurt. Comes in from behind, takes it, and just a unfortunate touch there off the steal from Garza.
Yeah, and Abigail Garza again with an excellent recovery, wins the ball, does what she needs to do to get it out of danger, and she has just been holding down that right flank for them.
Jennings back onto the field here for Southmont, replacing Allie Brown. Shots in favor of Southmont at 5-3. Actually make it 6-3, excuse me, including 5 of those 6 on goal. Troutwine throws it into space. Frankfurt hoping it'll just roll enough, but it just ties before it can get to the end line. As the right read just didn't have enough oomph to lead to that goal kick, unfortunately.
Just waiting and waiting.
And you go, thankfully for Frankfurt, nobody home defensively or nobody there in Southmont to make your life a little more difficult. It's a little bit easier than what it could have been.
Someone needs to mow the fields, I think.
Maybe just in that one little spot.
Just a little bit on the end line.
Let's type it down just a smidge.
Maybe just, make it just downslope as well while you're at it.
Mora tried to poke her nose between 3 different Southmont defenders. A lot of congestion, and Frankfurt will boot it in deep and let Diana Santos go for a run.
It's a good win in the midfield there for Frankfurt. We hadn't seen that in a while. Good first win on that ball. You just like to see them play something they can get to.
Sandburn tried to thread the needle to Hale, could not get it through. Good job by Schnur and the rest of her Frankfurt teammates to cut it down, but that ball pinballs its way back towards the keeper in Castaneda. And she picks her up, and everybody makes their way back towards midfield.
Great touch. Well controlled. Excellent turn. That's the combo we're looking for.
Here's Garcia from range and just sends her high and short.
There you go. That's that, 2v2, 1v1. If I can just receive the ball, turn and find my teammate running down the sideline, she's got more pace than me, and now you're in.
Hale exits along with Troutwine for Southmont. Looks like Williams is back out there for the Mounties along with Emily Link. And getting a breather will be April Martinez for Frankfurt. About 12 to go here in the first half. Southmont scored all 3 of their goals in about a 10-minute time frame. It was Kessler and Hale 2 minutes apart, and then Hale 8 minutes later made it 3-0 on her second multi-goal game of the season.
Yep, smartly just deposited out of bounds there.
Benson with the throw. Wanted to find Douglas. Bounced away from her. Tight quarters near side. Walking the tightrope. Garza comes free with some space. Nice play between the feet of Benson, and Garza keeps moving her forward for Frankfurt. And there's Garza again cutting a pass down, holding it in the attacking end off the legs of a defender in front.
Yeah, good little run there by Garza. She did a great job of getting down, beating a defender, and just couldn't find a teammate there in the middle to possess.
Mora looking once, nicely done. She played between 2 different defenders' legs on the double nutmeg there. Turning is Garcia, and she waits for reinforcements.
If that's not SportsCenter top 10, I don't know what is.
Garcia back to Garcia again. That's Jordan over to Rachel.
There you go, just that final touch they're looking for. Good job getting it back there.
R. Garcia, cross, off the knee, back, but offside. And he mentioned the great creation, and that's the thing that head coach Mia Hernandez told us. They've been so good in creating everything. It's that last bit of finishing that has plagued them here so far in 2024.
Yeah, we saw right there just in the last minute. They did a great job. I mean, that started down on their defensive end. Garza worked it up here. They win a throw-in back here, and they're able to switch the field and find it, and that was the key, right, opening it all up. But that doesn't open up until you suck in the defense into here, into our side, right, that small side. So, excellent work. Again, just that final ball. That was better, though. We got a cross in. You're looking for that, just unfortunately offsides.
Here's Williams out and running from the top of the box. Castaneda dives, and it bounces over her, and it's 4-0 the lead for Southmont as Molly Williams gets her first tally of the year.
Yeah, I think that's one you'd like to see Clarissa Castaneda save. She just goes down a little early there, and when you're down on the ground, you can't move. So when the ball pops up over her, she's unable to react and get something behind it. She's better than that. She'll look at it. She'll fix it for next time, but just unfortunate there for Frankfurt.
And your heart breaks for her because it was the right read. It was another long-range shot. She's done a lot better against the long-range shots here in the last 10, 15 minutes. But just an unfortunate bounce, and it's one of those, it has to be a very sinking feeling. The world probably seems to go and slow down as that ball just bounces over, and there's nothing you can do.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, look, been there myself many times. There was, I remember my freshman year, we were playing Valpo.
Garcia across, and Frankfurt on the board. as Aurelie Morales-Cisneros gets her second tally. Good to see the Hot Dogs get one on here with 9:34 to go before recess.
I love it. Frankfurt said, we don't want to hear about your glory days, Kristen. Well done there. There's just a scrum in front of the net. They're able to get a toe on it, and beautiful job getting that ball in the dangerous position. You never know what's going to happen. You know, Frankfurt, hopefully this is a spark, get them going a little more down towards the outsides. I'd like to see some flanks here.
Good play there. Again, we mentioned it a lot, the senior Rachel Garcia, first-team All-Sagamore Conference a season ago, and she's been so creative on that left wing type, finally pays off as it goes off the deflection of Wood, and right there, Aurelie Morales-Cisneros, the freshman midfielder, to pounce on it, and it's now a 3-goal hole here for Frankfurt. Williams tries to race through the Frankfurt defense. She's got an open look just inside the 18, dribbles in, and she goes top shelf. And quick, rapid-fire scoring. We've had 3 goals in less than a minute, and Williams has had 2 of them.
Not sure if we're watching basketball or soccer. There we go. You're right back to it, and we've seen just a couple breakaways here.
Williams came in with just 3 assists on the year, the sophomore, yet playing for her mom, the youngest of the Williams children. But has goals 1 and 2 of her sophomore campaign, with about 9 and change left to go here before the half.
Excellent start for a sophomore there, especially with that finish, top shelf. I mean, as a keeper in that 1v1 situation, that's the one spot. If you go, I can't do anything. You know, if you're going to put it up there, more power to you.
So we'll see if Frankfurt can try to bottle up some more of this offensive momentum that they just had. Williams pushes it back to the 4-goal lead. More a nice move in the middle of the field. Plays behind the goal scorer, Morales-Cisneros. Wood off the line, and she'll scoop it up.
That's a good ball there, and good recognition by Frankfurt to see that Southmont back line, they weren't in a straight line there. There was a little bit of cushion there that was going to allow one of the forwards to get in.
Retreating deep is Schnur, back to her keeper in Castaneda.
Yeah, that's the right choice there. You just want to see that distribution to your own team. There you go.
Schnur to the attacking end, and Santos. Circling back, Vasquez Rivera. And another offside in the air. A lot of offside. We talked about those back lines playing so tight to the midline. It's what led to that. It's led to that here a lot tonight.
Mm-hmm. And part of that, it's tough if you don't play against an offsides trap often, which a lot of high schools don't have the communication level to be able to play it successfully. So, you know, it is something different. It's something that the other team has to adjust to.
Morales-Cisneros tried to slip it through, sliding and stopping it as Wood, as both she and Moore were right there a couple yards inside the 18.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, you really do have to learn to look around and check where you are, because they will sneak up on you, and that's something different for forwards and midfielders.
Santos had a brief touch. Morales-Cisneros was there trying to move it forward. Less than 8 to go here before halftime. It's been a Southmont first half as they lead 5-1. Hot Dogs trying to hold it in. The 5-woman back line for Frankfurt sitting right there at midfield.
You have to see in this battle in the midfield that we expected to see there, and it's, I'm not going to call handball. It's really going to be, oh, there you go, and that's what you're looking for, just that ball that you can get through.
Morales-Cisneros tries to keep moving it forward. She's been extremely active in that forward line tonight here for Frankfurt. We'll have a goalie switch here for the Hot Dogs as Castaneda exits, and Esme Jimenez Galicia, the freshman, comes in, making an appearance here with about 6.5 to go in the half. Throw on the near side here for the Hot Dogs and Abigail Garza.
With about 6 minutes left here, if you're Frankfurt and you can get another goal, this second half becomes winnable for you, I feel like. There's just a few things that you need to correct to really kind of kill their attack.
Good move to the top. Tried to work it off to Garcia, but look at the hustle from one of the captains, and Rachel Garcia races all the way back and allows Frankfurt to keep it here in their attacking end.
It's a great effort from the captain there. I mean, how many times do you see a player lose a ball and just watch, right? That's exactly what I would want from one of my players.
Nice touch in from Southmont, and all alone and putting it in is Kira Sanchez, senior defender, a lot of experience on the back end, getting moved up top here. And it's a 5-goal lead for the Mounties.
Yeah. It's unlucky for Esme Jimenez Galicia, the freshman, just got subbed in, and that's the first action she sees. That's so tough as a keeper to read that, especially coming in off the bench. You know, you really feel for her on that one. Really tough thing to do, whether you play with your feet or your hands coming out on that 1v1.
Tonight's game brought to you by Willow Creek Barn, voted the not best of weddings for 3 years straight. The Willow Creek Barn sits in a beautiful outdoor setting with multiple reception options inside the barn. Conveniently located outside of Frankfort, Indiana, with easy access to Lebanon, Lafayette, Zionsville, shout out Zionsville, Noblesville, Carmel, Indianapolis, and Interstate 65. The location provides the picturesque setting for the barn wedding you have always dreamt about. For more information, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. If you're wondering why we give the shout-out to Zionsville, that is where my analyst graduated from high school, a former Zionsville Eagle.
Yes, about, let's see, what is it now? 14?
Just a few short years ago, just a very small time.
A couple years and a couple pounds ago. We'll put it that way.
That makes two of us. That makes two of us. We were in good company.
Something about the 30s, right?
I know, right? You wake up, and I'm like, I never used to hurt when I would wake up in the morning, but now I hurt all the time. Sad me. Alas.
Oh, man.
Stays here on the attacking end for Southmont. At times, they have lived here for moments, but they've been a lot of quick hitters from the midfield as we knock in close to about 4 minutes left to go here before the half.
Yeah, interesting to see now. Looks like didn't have...
Looked like it was Williams, the recent goal scorer, that played it in.
Okay.
There from the far side. Yeah, that setting sun will kind of play tricks with anybody trying to look.
It's like I'm keeping again. This is awful.
Yeah, whether we're the keepers or whoever. There's Wood playing off the line as Frankfurt try to slip one in behind the Southmont D.
Yeah, and that's well cleared by Mackenzie Wood. As a keeper coming out your box, you just want it high, out wide. Anything that's not going to be dangerous coming back towards you.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by Mulberry Telecommunications. Let us be the first to welcome you to Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offer super fast, reliable internet with gigabyte speeds, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at www.mintel.net. That's MINTEL.net, or call 765-296-2885 for more information. Frankfurt trying to apply some pressure here towards the final attacking third. Kessler pokes it away for the time being for Southmont. As Benson quickly on top and plays it up to Graves, trying to deal with two different hot dog defenders. And it's a foul against the home side.
Good battle up there. You saw him get a couple chances. They get a one bounce one way. They're back in on goal, but well defended by Southmont. They've really kind of been up to the task for the most part here against the hot dog offense.
Kessler, the sophomore, boots it in deep and lets Graves go for a run. Bends out of play. And now Frankfurt will try to build it from the defensive end here as they trail by 5. Quick touch out again, and Frankfurt once again will have the throw. By the way, Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with us for years, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. A lot to smile about if you're Southmont, leading 6-1. In all 3 of their wins coming in, they've scored at least 2 goals, trying to pick up their second win out of their last 3. Defeated North Montgomery back on September 3rd, then fell to Danville 2-1, as we mentioned last Thursday.
Yeah, and you can see why they're scoring so much here. We've seen such it doesn't always work for all the teams, but Southmont has a direct attack right now that is just working very well for them. Jessica Hale, a foot race is what she wants, and she's winning them hands down.
Hale's got 2, Williams has 2, Kessler and Sanchez with the other single tallies here for the Mounties tonight. They come in 2-1 in Sagamore Conference play. Frankfurt 0-1, tied for 7th in the Sagamore. As Hale back in here once again, and she'll take a corner from the right of Jimenez Galicia for the first time tonight. As we hit below 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's been all Southmont here this evening.
See if Frankfurt can get out of this. Well done. All right, well defended. Great ball in there by Southmont. Excellent, out of the reach of the keeper, right at your player. Unfortunately, just couldn't find a touch to put it on goal there.
There's less than 10 seconds remaining before the break, as Frankfurt won't have much time to do anything with it. Schnurr back into play, and that is the end of the first half. It was all Southmont in the first 40 minutes. They lead 6-1 as we hit halftime. Here from Frankfurt, you're watching high school soccer on the ISC Sports Network and Hot Dog TV. We will be right back.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845. At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
Halftime is brought to you by the Farmers Bank. At the Farmers Bank, we like helping everyone grow. From business owners running multi-million-dollar companies to first-timers just opening a savings account. We've drawn over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since our founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Halftime is also brought to you by Tornado Roofing. If you need quality work from a qualified roofer, we're the company to call. We've helped countless clients keep their property protected while saving time and money. We know we can do the same for you. We offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information. Rick Johnston, Kristen Hazley back here with you. And if you like offense, this is the match for you in the first half. Southmont ahead 6-1. Score would look deceiving. You'd think maybe Southmont's been living in their attacking end the entire night, but it's been a lot of quick counters, quick runs, and still plenty of opportunities for Frankfurt. They just have missed that little bounce, that little bit extra to get a couple tallies there and make it a little bit tighter.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When it comes to the Southmont Mounties and their attack, it's been quick hits. And the reason why, it's all been 1v1 goals for the most part, right? You're seeing that foot race, and unfortunately, Frankfurt isn't winning those, right? So on the defensive side, it'll be interesting to see what they do to kind of counter that, if they stick with a flat back four, if they adjust a bit. I mean, and from the Frankfurt attack side, you're absolutely right. They've done a better job. You know, Coach said this is a young team. We're going game by game. That first half, I think you could see them growing minute by minute in the offensive side of it. They're starting to figure it out. We saw some more chances towards the end and just that final touch. But, hey, every team struggles with that at some point, you know.
How do you try to bottle up what we saw in the last 5, 8, 9 minutes from Frankfurt offensively with a really good action and carry it over to half two?
Yeah, I think we saw Coach Mia Hernandez there on your screen. She was previously shot. She was really excited. She was pumping them up, you know, trying to get them pumped up, trying to show them how they keep possession in the midfield, demanding the ball, and she's doing all the right things, right? You just want to bottle that excitement and say, hey, we got this. We can get back into this. You know, even just as quick as Southmont scored, Frankfurt could have scored a couple as well on the same thing, 1v1s, right? It's a touch here or there, and that's the beautiful thing about soccer.
Beautiful game for sure. Southmont leading 6-1. Our halftime report is also brought to you by Frankfurt Eagles, number 976. Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfurt Eagles, number 976, serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. We're back with more next. You're watching high school soccer on the ISC Sports Network and Hot Dog TV.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfurt Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. we see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Second half about to begin here from Frankfort High School. Clinton County is where we are operating from tonight. Southmont leads Frankfort 6-1. Tonight's game brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. I want to thank our friends at Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where recovery is possible. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, reach out to Healthy Communities at 659-6063 or at www.healthyclintoncounty.org. 5-goal advantage here for Southmont as they try to get above the 500 mark. They come in 3-3. Frankfurt trying to avoid falling as they came into the night 2-4-1. Kickoff begins here for Frankfurt. Kristen, what do you want to see out of the Hot Dogs here? Had a really good end, some good moments there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think the smallest thing that's going to make the biggest impact for the Hot Dogs in the second half is possession and distribution, right? Whether it's from your goalkeeper, whether it's from your center back, distribution to your own team, right? The less that the back line gives the ball away, the more that they don't have to defend. And I think that allows you to control the midfield a little more. So you're looking for better distribution and a little bit more possession. That allows you to spring forward like we saw Southmont do in the first half. Castaneda
back out there in the goal to start here for Frankfurt. She was relieved of her duties by Jimenez Galicia there for the last 10 or so minutes, maybe 9 minutes or so in half number one. Hale back out for Southmont, and that's 2 offsides for the top player for the Mounties here in the first 40, 50 seconds of play.
Yeah, and if you're Frankfurt, you do not want to see a repeat of the first half. We were just talking at halftime. If it goes to a foot race, the Hot Dogs aren't going to win it. We learned that in the first half, so you want to avoid foot races at all costs, especially with Hale up there.
Hale's got those long strides with that height advantage she has over everybody else, so she's taking a stride. Everyone else has to take maybe 2.5 strides to match her out.
Mm-hmm. And especially with Cardenas there on the right side, a little bit smaller legs. You know, it's about a 2-to-1 ratio there.
Frankfurt in the blue, Southmont in the white here tonight as we switch sides. Frankfurt holding it in. Vasquez Batista tried to cross it home. It went cleanly off of her. It's a goal kick upcoming here for Mackenzie Woodard. A couple of saves in the first half.
It's great job working it, getting it to Brittany Vasquez Batista there. The next step of that is not just one touching it for the goal, right? Let's possess, pick your head up. Maybe there's another option. But we just saw a quick fire there, which is understandable when you're trying to get back in the game.
Kessler boots it away, and now it'll be Southmont building from the defensive end here. Good challenge there by Frankfurt and their captain, Emily Mora, but maybe a little bit too good of a challenge there from Mora.
The referee seems to think so. Yep.
Mora, an ear-to-ear grin, thought that she maybe had gotten away with it, and then she heard the whistle, was like, oh, man, they got me.
We always do. We always think we're so close, but it's good physicality. Hey, that shows they're excited to be in this game. They feel like there's a chance. You like to see it.
Mora and Garcia, 2 of the senior captains, with that armband out there. And here's Garcia, who assisted on the only tally for Frankfurt. Good move forward, but better help defense coming in there for Southmont to clear it away with Claire Kessler.
Mm-hmm. Better job in the midfield. You saw them possess it there, then switch it and be able to find Mora in. And she was dangerous there, splitting 2 defenders. Just touch was a little heavy on that last one.
And we say the touch was heavy. For the layman at home, that means?
A little too long off the foot, you know. Just puts it out of your possession into someone else's, which no one likes, especially in the box.
You like a heavy foot when you're shooting from distance.
I like a heavy foot.
You do too. Yeah,
it means I'm coming out to pick it off your foot. But as a forward or a fan,
for everyone of the non-goalie community,
right.
Heavy foot bad.
Otherwise, I'm just sitting there waiting for the heavy touch. Good chest, good control. That's the possession you're looking for with Frankfurt that we didn't see in the first half.
That was Judith Sarabia knifing her way in. Getting 2 offside early on for Southmont here in the second half, trying to get Hale loose for what would be her first hat trick of the season.
Yeah, and you see them, they're still playing pretty high, but it is a little bit looser in some situations to try and comfort. Cut them off there. Yeah, you just see the frustration from Southmont. And, I mean, I've seen plenty of teams play an offside trap. That's pretty much the common reaction from the opposing team, right?
That was Kira Sanchez. That was the one that her eyes were big. She was ready to go to goal and just got a little bit too early of a start. Good communication there by the Frankfurt back line. And that's been the thing that head coach Mia Hernandez has stressed. Communication has been the biggest thing, and they've also tried to work on different team bonding aspects, both on the field and off the field activities. You can see a little bit starting to sprout here as Southmont presses in, but guess what?
We got an offsides?
There you go. Correct.
What is offsides, Alex?
Chris, that's correct, and you'd like to continue the category of soccer rules for 600.
Let me find the daily double. That's all.
That's right. Now, for a daily double, are you a push it in, push all the chips to the middle type of gal, or are you do you have to play the game? Or I'm of the mindset like, let's double the money and let's go.
Oh yeah, I'm a true daily doubler, as I would say. I'm waiting for that. Kristen's a daily double.
Williams shoots, and she has got the hat trick. 7-1, the Southmont lead. And Molly Williams, who came in with no goals onto the night, has 3 already this evening.
Yeah, she's really put on a finishing clinic here. You know, nothing that really the keepers could do about these goals. She's placing them well. She's striking them well. That's really exciting stuff to see from Molly Williams.
Just a sophomore, second team all-conference last year. And you have a 3-headed monster of her and Hale. And Sanchez is in there as well. She's been playing nicely tonight, but with Williams and Hale, Williams from the midfield and Hale the forward, that is a really nice 1-2 punch that Southmont's got.
Absolutely, and, you know, it looked like a repeat of the first half there really quick. Frankfurt doing well to keep the possession, moving the ball, looking dangerous, and then boom. Southmont going the other way, gets into a foot race, and it's a great finish from Williams.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Genda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care that you need. For more information about the services Day and Genda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandgenda.com.
Great combo here by Garcia and Mora. That's the 2-2 we're looking for.
Good step there from Garcia. Now she carries up. Kessler comes in, and there's Kessler again. That's the second time in this half we've seen her snuff out an opportunity, particularly for Rachel Garcia.
Yeah, and Kessler was big in the first half as well when it came to snuffing out on the other side. But then the distribution, that's what really impressed me, right? She didn't panic when she won the ball and just try and clear it. She found a teammate to allow them to possess in the midfield, and that's just a great sign of a mature center back, which is what you need because the goalkeepers aren't.
Just a sophomore, but she also had the first goal of the night for Southmont. So she's been doing it on both ends of the field, all over. Ooh. There's a shot, and it just goes wide. Good effort from Rachel Garcia, who has had her fingerprints all over the offensive opportunities tonight for Frankfurt.
Yeah, and it looks like it was, who was that? Looks like it was Chloe Blankenship there was playing post, which, I mean, hey, that's exactly why we put a player in the post. Frankfurt got the ball off first, and Chloe made a nice save there on the post. Keep the corner kick out.
One of the junior defenders. There's a look at Kessler, who is ready to take the goal kick, and now she gets a little sweeper off from Wood. Williams, who has the hat trick, has scored 3 of the last 4 goals and an offside once again here for Southmont.
Yeah, they're playing that well this half. I think that's about the third or fourth. Southmont at forward starting to get frustrated, understandably. The key to that is just consistency, right? Or can you keep the ball more in the midfield and lull them to sleep where then, someone drops off here. Oh, she's in there. She was on.
Hale on, trying to be tracked down by Schnurr. There's Hale showing off the wheels, has 2 goals tonight, trying to find 3, and she pushes it wide.
Yeah, I think main difference there is Frankfurt had a defender going with her. She hasn't seen that pressure quite yet. Forces her to go wide. Castaneda did a good job positioning angle-wise of closing down the positions, which, forces her to go wide with the shot there.
That was the German exchange student, Finja Schnurr. Starter on the back line, playing one of the center back spots.
Ooh.
Garcia forward, and all by her lonesome is Emily Mora. Only her and Wood. Mora going to the top shelf, and she buries it.
Beautiful finish there by Mora. As soon as she got through on the line there, just kept the touch right by her, which is, again, so impressive. As we just talked about, that too heavy of a touch. Mora does a great job to keep it in control and, finds a brilliant top shelf finish there.
4th goal of the year. Leader in points now with 15 for Frankfurt on the year. Has been playing more of what head coach Mia Hernandez has called a swinger position the last couple of matches, more defensively, but she has been up top trying to score and create here against Southmont tonight.
Well, and you can see why. She's just a solid player, right? You could probably put her anywhere and be happy with that on this squad, whether it's in the back line attacking and creating that attack, or, as we just saw there, putting it away at goal. She's perfectly capable.
A little miscommunication between her and Garcia. Morales Cisneros shoved off the ball, still fought for at the midfield. Pop free and spinning is Jada Graves as Southmont tries to get one back as their lead down to 5 as we play 10 minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, Ellen Vasquez Rivera has got to be careful there. She was caught behind Jessica Hale, which keeps her on sides on that ball.
Williams stops, reverses direction, leads Hale, let her too much as Sarabia cleared it away.
Well done. Great pressure up top by Frankfurt there. That's that forward pressure that they didn't have in the first half. Southmont's having to deal with it now to even try and clear it.
Kessler weaving, stopping, and dumping. And guess what?
Oh, was it offsides?
The hand is in the air.
Their arm's going to be tired after tonight.
You don't normally see the refereeing crew get ice, but with as many offsides we had in the second half, you're going to have some bags of ice
on
the shoulder.
College shoulder rehab. Oh, there you go. That's just heavy touch there. Now you combine.
Garcia up to Mora, back to Garcia. Rachel's had an assist tonight, going end line, crossing, and Wood able to make that stop. Snagged it on the forearm. Thankfully for her, no one for Frankfurt was in front like how they got their first goal back in the first half.
Yeah, and you want to see Ava Michaels step to that ball. There's such a space between that attack and where the back line was. I mean, you had 40 yards for Southmont to kind of possess and do what they wanted there. So, that's one of the things they talked about. They're learning the shapes. They're learning the positions. They're learning the responsibilities, and that's not something that's easy to pick up. So, overall, they played it excellently.
Williams from the left side, trying to get to her right foot, sends one on, and Castaneda smothers it up. Good job by the starting keeper for the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, well done. Keeps herself in a good position, gets her body behind the ball, and just able to basket, catch that in, and secure it. But that all comes from excellent positioning.
Now available for you is FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. That's HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk.
I think if you're Coach Mia Hernandez here, you are Mia Hernandez, excuse me. You're excited. You're playing the second half 1-1 so far. Almost halfway through this half, and you're tied with a team that kind of came out and gave you a little bit of shell shock. That's a positive reaction from the Hot Dogs. That's something you want to see in your team. It's the resiliency, it's the spirit, and that's something she's doing a great job of developing, it seems like, from our vantage point.
It's not an easy spot for her to be in. Again, she just turned 21 years old a few weeks ago. And again, when you're stressing communication is the biggest thing that we need, that's something that you can work on in practice, but it's one of those things you have to get that game experience to really hone that communication point.
You're absolutely right, and it's critical in situations like that. Keeper coming out, she's got to call off the defenders, let them know, hey, it's mine, I'm going to clear it. But that terminology has to be consistent through everyone. Otherwise, what means this to one person means that to another person. So that all develops with time, and that's that relationship. The part that goes into it that I think is glazed over a lot is the trust, right? If I'm a defender, if I'm a center back, I've got to be able to trust what my keeper is telling me. And that also comes with time.
Reva Douglas in now for Southmont as her Mounties have the throw in from the defensive end. Back towards Castaneda as Frankfurt regroups in the defensive end with Sarabia. Trying to take it off the toe was Williams, and she does. Nice 2 moves, and she'll slip one in. Tight angle, stopped by Castaneda.
Great work by Castaneda to stay level on her post there. Molly Williams with 2 great cuts. Just goes straight through the couple defenders, but excellent defending, excellent goalkeeping. Well done by the Hot Dogs there.
Wood blasted back to midfield. Zuzu Troutwine on for the first time here in the second half. Did it bounce up and get a hand? It did, off of Frankfurt, and so a free kick upcoming here for Southmont as their lead is down to 5. Has been as much as 6.
It's interesting how small Frankfurt is trying to make the field here. We're playing in about a 15-yard space. Well, that's all you need to stay on sides there, but good. That's the high position you'd Castaneda on. She just needs to stay connected to that back line so those through balls that do get through, Hale doesn't have a chance to run onto it, right? Even if it is 40 yards off your box, if you're in the right position, you sweeper keeper that and you're clean.
Tonight's match brought to you by Sandra Myers Law, dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to clients in Tippecanoe County and surrounding areas. Call 838-8700 to schedule a free consultation today. Less than 25 minutes to go here in the second half. It has been all Southmont tonight. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead through the first 30 minutes of our first half, and then we got to see the offense in the last 10 minutes for Frankfurt start to get going. We've seen that offense still kind of clicking along at a pretty nice pace here in half 2.
Yeah, it looks a lot smoother this half as that ball is great.
Tried to volley it home was Diana Santos. Just might have gotten caught up in some of the wash in front of her, but a really good opportunity there for the Dogs. And look at the wheels from Molly Williams. She outruns everybody from midfield. Little pressure from behind, and that's going to force her to stomp on the brakes. She goes end line, another tight angle shot, and Castaneda is there to turn it away. Judith Sarabia comes out of nowhere and stops the hard-charging Molly Williams.
And that is something we have not seen once tonight. We've seen shoulder to shoulder. We've seen some chasing, but we have not seen a hot dog defender actually force a player around, make a great defensive stop. So, yeah, Sarabia, an excellent recovery there. That's exactly what you want to do, is just force them wide.
She'll take the free kick right here. It looked like Williams is going to go 1v1 with Castaneda, have a great chance at goal number 4, but Sarabia had other ideas. Another opportunity off the outside of the goal by Kira Sanchez.
And that right there is the distribution possession we were talking about that Frankfurt could really change. It's simple, but could make a massive difference, right? Instead of playing that 50-50 ball into the middle of the field, do we play it wide, keep possession of it? When you give up the ball here in your half, you're just asking them to get a shot on goal after that. So, simple thing that could help them out a lot.
This ball skips all the way up near midfield as you see Leslie Angelis on for the first time. That's 2 in blue. In traffic, trying to split 2 defenders is Jackie Tovar Gihosa.
That was impressive. She somehow still had that through all of that.
Mora dances.
Well done.
Has a little step and a nice pass
there
through to Rachel
is.
Garcia. Top edge of the 18, extra step. Left-footed shot off the crossbar, but splendidly done there by Rachel Garcia.
Brilliant strike, and that all starts with Mora in the midfield there. All she does is possess it, beats her defender, and then picks up her head and realizes, okay, I'm 40 yards out. I'm not putting a shot on goal, but picks her head up, finds the ball to the left. It's a brilliant ball. She's able to take 1 or 2 touches and put something that nearly snuck in there, but it's a great shot.
Explain to the people at home how important, it seems like a very minimal aspect, but how important is it keeping your head up when you're in that position like that, or you're trying to go from defensive end to attacking end?
Oh, it's critical. You have to know what's going on, right? It's something that even as a goalkeeper, it's muscle memory to pick my head up, right? It's something we try and instill. I coach a younger team, and it's something I'm always telling them, like, when you touch, pick your head up, right? Too many people get a little panicked on the ball. They just want to get rid of the ball. Pick your head up, look at your options. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just taking a deep breath on the ball, being comfortable with it to find the best option. But that takes years and years and years. But it's critical. You've got to be able to see where your options are. You've got to be able to see even where you are on the field. What I see a lot of times with my younger girls is they don't even realize they're in front of the goal when the ball comes to them because they haven't picked their head up to see where they're at. They're so focused on the action on the field.
Yeah, so it's both when you have the ball at your feet and when you're off the ball as well. Keeping your head up seems like a minimal thing, but it's actually quite vital.
I think it's something that some of the best players do, whether it's a forward, whether it's a midfielder, especially a defender, even a goalkeeper, right? If they are trained to touch the ball and pick their head up, I know they're looking. They understand that there's an option out there. They just have to find it, right? But that doesn't happen until you learn to be patient on the ball, calm on the ball, and pick your head up.
Corner here for Jessica Hale and Southmont as we almost hit the halfway point of the second half. Off the shoulder of a teammate, still held in by the Mountie forwards. And a good read by Michael to let it go across the end line, and a goal kick for her in Frankfurt.
That's a great ball in by Hale. It's exactly where you kind of want to place a corner kick, right? Right outside the 6 so the keeper can't come clean it up, but enough that your players can run onto it. Unlucky for Southmont not to get something on it.
Preeb to Hale. Castaneda slides a little extra, maybe not a little contact, some decent contact there as Castaneda prevents the Hale shooting opportunity.
Yeah, and Castaneda, her timing has just been a lot better this half. It's her positioning. She's coming out quicker. We've seen her make a couple 1v1 saves that she didn't seem quite comfortable with in the first half. So much better performance from her as far as positioning and timing.
Heavy touch there from Garcia, but you like it there. She could have straightened that. She was home free up this near sideline.
And that's been, kind of their success is this left side. They're going to load it up, and they've been able to go 1, 2, sometimes even 3 players into combination play.
Preeb one in the middle, couldn't connect with Hale. That's coming in and taking it away was Ellen Vasquez Rivera. April Martinez forcibly moving her way through. Whistle blows as the foul on her or on Katarina Jennings. It looks like it's going to stay here and be on Martinez, and so it'll be a free kick for the folks from Southmont. Quick restart right towards the top of the 18. Frankfurt trying to clear it away, holding it as Preeb, slips it through. Nobody there to make a challenge, and it's scooped up by Castaneda.
Good period of attack there for Southmont, but it's very interesting. We've seen Frankfurt start to have success through the possession that we've kind of been talking about. And Southmont is still just these quick hits. It seems almost sloppy, but somehow the ball ends up right there in front of goal, and they're able to finish.
Off on the throw. They'll move up a little bit more with Kessler at the controls there. Once Williams led her a little bit too far. Now Williams tries to pounce and take it away from Garza.
Good pressure by the Southmont forwards there. That's another thing we try and teach our young players. When you lose the ball, turn around and instantly pressure. Why not win the ball in your attacking third and go right to goal?
And that's been one of the things we've seen from Frankfurt tonight. When they lose the ball and they're attacking end, they turn around. They don't hang their head and go, I lost the ball. They're trying to win it back almost immediately.
Yes, shout out to the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. I've been impressed all game by the effort, whether it be, defending. 1v1 balls, they feel like, if it's me out there, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm not catching Lucy, I'm not getting up there, or Jessica Hale. There's been an effort. There's been a sprint. They've been successful with it. And, it goes to team character. It goes to team values. It goes to coach. It shows that, they're a hard-fighting team.
And that's got to make the keeper and Castaneda feel really, really strong as well. As see a couple subs about to come in Aurelia Morales-Cisneros and Jada Graves for Southmont. They'll have to wait a little bit of time because it's the free kick upcoming. Both Castaneda seeing all of that effort coming her way, knowing that she's not left out there on an island, it's got to feel good for her as well.
Oh, yeah. And that's kind of, I had the strongest bond on my team with my center back, right? We were on the same page. We were rooting for each other. We trusted each other. And, yeah, that's a great way to show it is through that effort. It's a team. You're all, goalkeeper is the first attacker, and the forwards are the first defender. Everyone has a job.
Mora tried to work her way through that Southmont defense, couldn't do it, and now it's the Mounties pressing forward. Oh, nice ball through to Hale. Trying to look for that third goal. She is 1-on-1 with Castaneda. She shoots, and it's the second hat trick of the night. First one of the season for Jessica Hale, and she's been close to getting it, and she pushes it through right there.
Yeah, that's the one thing you didn't want to see. You didn't want to see the replay of the first half. It's a well-timed ball in through for Southmont. She's able to get onto it, and another good finish. You know, Castaneda did pretty well there, coming out, getting big, trying to close down what she could. But, you know, a great finish there by Hale.
Hale is a goal away from doubling her season total that she came in with. Led the Mounties in points a year ago with 24 of them. Now has almost 20. She's got 17 on the year with the hat trick tonight. And again, it's been all Southmont here this evening, but again, the 8-2 score, you would think that it would be played mostly on that attacking end for the Mounties, but we've seen opportunities like this all night for Frankfurt with Mora, usually at the head of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dances on the edge, trying to get to that dominant right foot. Instead, she'll take a little sidestep there on the end line. Trying to clear it away was Kessler. Garcia tried to hold it in. Oh, deft move there for Garcia. Tough tumble there for Jennings. She hops right back up.
Oh.
A nice find to the top of the 18, trying to finish, and it goes right in to the arms of Mackenzie Wood on the attempt from Diana Santos.
That was a great offensive progression there. I mean, excellent work to come back and win the ball here. Does a nice little turn, gets past the defender, and then, again, doesn't panic. Finds a nice cross at the 18, able to find a teammate, and just unlucky that they go straight to Mackenzie Wood there in the hands.
Frankfurt falls back defensively. Garza was there. And it looks like it goes off of her, and so a dangerous throw-in opportunity here for Southmont towards the end of their bench. They're closing in on their fourth win of the year, trying to win their second match out of their last three. These two teams will be having new homes in the conference a year from now. They will be joining the newly created Monon Athletic Conference, which was announced back at the end of February. Frankfurt and Southmont are part of the 8 founding schools with Crawfordsville, Cascade, Greencastle, North Montgomery, North Putnam, and Western Boone. They picked the name Monon, was selected as a symbol of history and connection, as all 8 schools sit directly along or within the old Monon Railroad corridor that connected Chicago to Indianapolis and Louisville for nearly a century. That new conference named back at the end of February. So conference foes now in the Sagamore Conference. There'll be conference foes a year from now in the Monon.
Yeah, I would love to see this matchup again a year from now. It just seems that, the hot dogs are growing every single minute. They're growing every single game. And they seem to, especially Coach, seems to have a great attitude about it. This is a year of figuring things out. We're not going to harp on the score line, If it's me, I'm highlighting all the positive things that happened here. I mean, at minus 1 or 2 players, you played this team pretty easy. And I think, the rest of the conference is probably going to have equally as much trouble with Jessica Hale and Molly Williams.
Yeah, you have 2 superstar goal scorers there, particularly a young lady in Williams who we mentioned. No goals, 3 assists coming in. She pops off 3 tonight like she had come in leading the team and scoring like Hale has with her 4. So that's a formidable 1-2 punch from the midfield with Williams and Hale at that forward spot. And a throw-in violation here against the Mounties gives it back to the Hot Dogs here with about 13 and change remaining in half 2. And you can hear the communication from the keeper, Clarissa Castaneda, communicating with Muriel Riviera Cervantes, as she was the one that's being subbed out for. And they allowed Judah Sarabia to throw it in. You see it right there, 10 in blue on your screen.
That's well done. Just playing the way you face and trying to combine.
Booting it in deep, Sarabia trying to give Mora a chance. It's going to stay in the line. And now Mora turns and faces the middle of the field. Santos, nice move with the right foot, lets it go and just sneaks it in. Nicely done, Diana Santos.
Hey, and that is a well-deserved goal there. Started back here on the throw-in. Frankfurt went ahead and was able to play that ball over the top. A brilliant cross in. And I love the touch there at the end, just to the right of the defender and able to sneak it past the diving Mackenzie Woods.
And that's a young lady you have to feel really proud of, has dealt with injuries a lot this season, would have seen more forward time before her injury, playing in just her 4th match of the year, gets her first goal of the year right there. And good job as well from guess who, Garcia and Mora, to set up that opportunity, and then Santos did the rest.
Yep, and we've seen every single goal starts here on the left side, right, where those two players are. And the reason why, if you watch them, they're composed on the ball. They play the way they face. They're not trying to turn into defenders. They're looking for a way to keep possession of the ball, whether that's dribbling or even here, just dropping it back here. There you go. You're going to combine again. Boom. They just seem to be on the same page here, and those combos are beautiful and fun to watch.
Mora to Garcia. Little short pass through, and coming out and getting it is Wood as they want to try to connect with Morales Cisneros.
I mean, the game plan seems to be working for him. You wish you would have figured it out a little earlier, but this left side combo here is in dangerous crosses too. Sometimes you'll see all the work get done on the left side, and then a cross goes wayward, and you give up a goal kick, and it's all wasted. But Frankfurt has done a great job of creating some opportunities, especially here in the last 15, 20 minutes.
Aurelia, 8 in blue, just a freshman, had the first goal of the night for the Hot Dogs. Mora and Santos have each added to the Frankfurt tally.
This is the segment where you just like to see Frankfurt get a little better, right? This defensive end. And it's okay. It's an offside trap. It's very hard to play. It takes a lot of practice. But kind of doing maybe, some triage in the back there, being able to clear out a few more balls or find a better distribution or possession avenue, I think that makes all the difference for them in a few games this season.
And they have backed up that line a little bit, as we mentioned. That helps folks like Morales Cisneros get right there. Hale a couple steps away. Coming out and picking that up was Castaneda. But we talked about, we wondered if Frankfurt would drop that back line back a little bit in the second half. They've done so by about 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, a little bit. It depends on where the ball is. I think when you saw, here's what would drive me nuts as a coach. I got scored on the same way a lot of times. And it's not necessarily something you can make an in-game adjustment on, but it's something I think you go back and you tweak and you look at and say, okay, here's a weakness clearly exposed. How do we fix it?
Williams dances on the far side with Jordan Garcia. Her cross knocked down, right back to her feet. One of 2 Mounties with a hat trick tonight. Garcia deflects it away again, and quickly picking up will be Williams. She'll wait as a teammate comes on to make her appearance with less than 10 to go here in regulation time from Frankfort, Indiana tonight. And it'll be Madison Benson checking in for Katarina Jennings. We mentioned it, Southmont does not have a lot of subs today. Everybody has gotten some field time tonight with Allie Brown checking in and throwing in. Good cross here, a little short and out of bounds.
And Southmont just seems, they might seem a little less, let's say, maybe lethal in that attacking third right now. I credit part of that to Frankfurt upping the pressure, upping the aggressiveness of stepping to the ball in that dangerous attacking third. Almost every time the ball has gone wide, Frankfurt's done a great job of getting 2 defenders out there to reduce the chance of a cross.
Molly Williams holds it in here for Southmont. Long play deep, and Castaneda sets things up from the 18 and left-footed boot forward.
When we mentioned earlier, it seems like she's maybe picked up a lot, right? Maybe picked up a lot of balls that are going through a little too quick. She's been able to come out and clear some with her feet, and she's done a better job of it in the second half. And a lot of it is that starting position. So credit her teammates, credit the coach at halftime to give her the confidence to say, hey, you come out and win those balls. Those are your balls. And that's 50% of it is just, the mindset.
Good takeaway there from Sarabia against Hale. And Frankfurt throwing their bodies around here with Aurelia Morales Cisneros. And a foul called against the folks from Southmont, and a free kick here for Frankfurt. Perfectly in, Mora there, and just had that trying to wait for that ball to roll into her feet, and Wood came in and snatched it away from her.
Yeah, great awareness, great save by Wood. Otherwise that's getting touch past her. She did well there.
Here's Garcia with the head of steam, trying to find her first goal. Bends it wide, trying to find a teammate to come in and pick it up. Tovar Gijosa back in and smothered up by Wood. When they've had the opportunities, there have been some real quick strike opportunities, and more often than not, it's 13 in blue, Rachel Garcia, that's pushing it forward.
Everything seems to be going by her. She's got the finesse on that left side to beat the couple defenders, and honestly, the awareness. She knows where to put the ball.
Nice pass in front. Shot deflected before it could get there by Chloe Blankenship, as Aurelia Morales-Cisneros is trying to find goal number 2.
Yeah, Chloe Blankenship getting tested quite a bit in those last 10-15 minutes. She's done decently in the middle there. You'd like to see her get some of those clearances a little further. I mean, they have the entire midfield. You just land it there. Unless Ava Michaels steps up, you've got all the time in the world.
Sub coming on for both sides. It's Morelia Riveria Cervantes coming in to get Sarabia for Frankfurt. Trying to get a number on that Southmont sub as Vivian Haltom. First corner of the second half, it's Ava Michael for Frankfurt. Their first one sent back to where it came from.
And that's the area there where Frankfurt's going to get burned, playing that high up and not recovering. For being the formation that you need to control the midfield in, I'd like to see a Frankfurt player really step up and be that person that is in control of the midfield. Right now, it's just kind of a 50-50, I'd even say 60-40 at Southmont in that midfield.
Michael with a long pass to try to get it forward for Frankfurt, and then they try to get the cross, but it dies across the end line.
No, run of play has not matched the scoreboard this half, that's for sure.
Garcia with a good read. She holds it in here for Frankfurt. Wanted to get it to Moore, right back to Garcia. Now she and Moore are in the same zip code here. Mora, pressure from behind. Hale was the one that denied that cross from the left edge. Big boot forward. Southmont looking at another tally here as we hit the final 5 minutes, and it's Williams, and she's got green grass ahead of her. Williams pressuring it in.
No.
Pressure comes in from behind, shoots and misses wide to the far side. And coming in to help out her keeper was Ellen Vasquez Rivera. Another good chase down by the Frankfurt D.
Yeah, you really, here's what kills you. You didn't need to chase down there. Molly Williams goes ahead and wins the ball in the midfield. There's no one there to put pressure on her. I mean, she literally just dribbled 50 yards through the middle. Lucky there for, Frankfurt. She put it a little wide. You'd also like to see, Castaneda come out just a bit. Had one heavy touch there, Molly did. I thought she maybe could have gone out for the one-on-one, but hey, all's well that ends well, right, Rick?
That's right. And that's the other thing. You mentioned the effort. The effort has not dipped one bit the entire night for Frankfurt, even though you have to fight that mental aspect of it. Great effort there, and another opportunity here, and putting her nose in there is Schnurr. Still trying to ride things out, casting a slide. Schnurr tries to come back and help. Kicked in, and it rolls into the back of the net as Kira Sanchez gets her second goal tonight for Southmont, and they lead 9-3.
It's impressive finish from that angle. Watching it here, I wasn't sure if she would be able to cut that back, but does a nice job of beating the defender. Again, great effort by Frankfurt, as you were saying, Rick. It has not dipped. They were still shoulder to shoulder fighting there, trying to get the defensive. Unfortunately, Castaneda came out and slid, just didn't quite get the block she was looking for. So,
second goal tonight for Sanchez. She's the third different bouncy with a multi-goal game tonight, joining the hat tricks of Hale and Molly Williams.
There you go, Garcia and Mora again.
This is Mora. Has a step on the defender. Nice step over move. Has a little bit of room to work. Dancing back on the edge of the 18. Lets it go and just hit that one a little bit too sharply, but a really good one individual move there.
Yeah, she wanted that one as soon as she touched it back. And it's a brilliant. Beats the defender down the end line. You don't have an angle at the end line, so she does a great job of cutting it back to that right foot. She wanted it. Just mishit it a little bit, comes out near side. But overall, great move, great step there. She had to look at it.
And you could see the reaction there. She knew exactly when it left her foot, and she saw the angle it was going at. She's like, oh, I wish I could have that one back.
I think, just a mishit on that maybe. But that's, again, as we go back to, if I'm right there, I got to pick my head up and look where the goal is, right? Where am I shooting? Oh!
And this will turn it over, and putting it into the back of the net is Frankfurt, and Diana Santos gets her second goal of the night. She's the first multi-goal scorer of the evening for the Hot Dogs.
Yeah, speaking of possession and distribution, well done by Frankfurt there to dispossess Southmont in their own defensive third. That's something we've seen them put the pressure on, but we haven't seen them be rewarded with the goal for it. So, excellent work from them, and they continue to fight.
Santos 2 goals here in the final 12 to 13 minutes of our action here this evening. And the first 2 goals for her tonight. Again, she's been dealing with a lot of injuries here in her junior year. Garcia again. She has been all over the field, particularly on the left side here for Frankfurt in half 2.
Oh, great vision.
Mora runs through the challenge. Angelise was about a step away from keeping it moving forward for the Hot Dogs. And now it's Sanchez in a run. She looks to try to press it in here. Riviera Cervantes there, leaning on her, and forces a wide shot. Nicely done there by Muriel.
Yeah, another great recovery run there. Puts the pressure on her just enough at the last second there to push her wide. That is really well done defending. But it's great possession in the midfield by Southmont to then spring her forward as well.
Mounties hold it in. Oh, nice delayed move just inside the box. Blocked on its way there on the attempt from Graves, who took that goal kick away and had a nice little deft touch that got her some room free. Less than a minute to go, and Southmont quickly racing forward, trying to push it in. It's Kaylin Sandburn on the throw-in. Blocked down by the Mounties, pressing forward to Sanchez, who has a couple of goals tonight. She turns, trying to find an extra step here on Schnurr. They collide, and the ball stays in play as Schnurr bats it up the near side once again. Frankfurt trying to get it up near midfield once again, get one last push here with 20 seconds left to play tonight.
It's a good ball over top, just a little long.
That midfield has been worn out here tonight from both teams. That's Kessler with 7 to go. Defender leaning on her, shoots, and she'll put it into the back of the net with just 4 seconds left. And the young lady that started the scoring fitly ends it tonight
right
with
on
her
time.
second goal. And the final score tonight is 10-4 in favor of Southmont, as Kessler becomes the 4th different goal scorer for the Mounties tonight. Their offense was really good, but a lot of things I think to Frankfurt to build off of heading into the rest of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't look at this scoreline and base your feelings off of it if you're Frankfurt, honestly, or Southmont. I think they got a lot of similar looking goals, right? A lot of those 1v1s with the keeper. It's great that you finished them, but you're not going to get that against every team, right? You need to be able to possess in the midfield, find different avenues of attack, because you might go up against a team that plays that in the first half and you get through it, but maybe they switch up in the second half. What are you going to do? For Frankfurt, great efforts to grow upon, great goals to grow upon. I think in the second half, a lot better possession. We kind of talked about it a lot, but just getting comfortable on the ball, getting confident on the ball where you don't get panicked and feel like you need to just boot it, right? So great base for both teams to build off of. It was an excellent game of soccer. Great things for both sides. And again, just a bit of a lopsided story, scoreline that doesn't quite tell the entire story.
Our Clinton County Frankfurt Eagles player of the game, I think we ought to give it to Diana Santos tonight, the 2 goals in the second half. She's dealt with injuries, as you mentioned, for over half of the season. She had the first goal really pretty, and the second one off of a quick counter she was put in the back of the net. If you're looking for a bright spot for Frankfurt, everybody knows we talked about Rachel. We could easily give it to Rachel Garcia and Emily Mora. But if you have a young lady in Diana Santos, that can be that third tier to help you towards the back half of the year.
You're absolutely right, Rick. And we saw sparks of it tonight, especially those 2 goals. I think probably 2 of the best finishes we saw tonight. We saw quite a few finishes. But the placement, the composure to look at the goal when you have the ball, where's the keeper at? Where's my best spot? And to make that in a split second, that's not something that's easy to develop. So you're absolutely right that they're right there. I think there's more than 3 potential stars on this team. It's early in the season. You want to get it going. But still, when you're playing this complex of a formation, it's going to take a sec.
Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. With the win tonight, Southmont moves to 4-3 on the year. They pick up their second win out of their last 3. Frankfurt falls to 2-5-1. Kristen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick. It's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure as well. Our producer tonight was Richard Salee. Special thanks to our great camera crew tonight, the students from Hot Dog TV here at Frankfort High School. Well done, crew. And again, for our analysts, Kristen Hazley, my name is Rick Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. This has been a presentation of high school soccer on the ISC Sports Network and Hot Dog TV. To talk to you again, we say good night from Frankfort, Indiana.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfurt Eagles, Post 976. They are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
By Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk.
By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440.